All right, folks. Well, we're back for game two of Be Humble versus OOOOOO for this NAB division game. So yeah, let's get into our draft. First ban Clockwork once again,
hmm
same as last time. So
Did you remember to switch over the scene?
yeah, and made sure to unmute and everything, so we're good. No
Good
podcast draft
stuff.
this time.
I was casting with Whip the other day and he did the exact same thing. He had the waiting thing while we were in the draft phase the whole time.
Didn't miss any gameplay though, did you?
No, no, thankfully. The delay caught up and someone said it and we're like, oops. But yeah, it seems like the draft lasts around, like 6, 7 minutes. So
Uh huh.
thankfully.
Yeah. So actually, the
Oh
same
yeah.
exact bands coming out. They pass up banning the Centaur or the CK the in the first round, and we have a
They
bristleback that
banned
slips through.
yeah, they banned Bristleback instead of Centaur
Yeah, yeah,
Warrunner,
you're
so
right.
that might be a mistake. I guess they thought Centaur would be more impactful than Bristleback, but man, I really do not like Bristleback this patch. As in, I don't want to play against them ever. The
Uh
character
huh.
is just nuts. Just like Shadow, I think we talked about this before. The Silver Edge just isn't a good enough item anymore. Like you can't build on a lot of characters. It's not very good to rush on any character because it's so expensive. It doesn't give good stats. But you have to get against Bristleback. Also, that means you have to draft around having Bristleback. So you need to get a Silver Edge carrier, which might not always fit into your draft necessarily. So yeah, it's rough.
Mm-hmm. And so we have a Necrophos and a Spirit Breaker picked up for a 1-2 pick on this Dire team. And then a Crystal Maiden rounding out this first phase for the Radiant. And that's a pretty deadly combo. Bristleback CM,
Yeah.
frostbite you so he can just wail on you and provide him with as much mana as he wants to just quill spray infinitely.
Yeah, a Bristleback in lane with enough mana to be able to spam Cool Spray is a nightmare for anyone who's laning against them.
Mm-hmm. Even like picking up a magic stick, I feel like like picking up a magic stick is like it's required if you're laning
Oh yeah,
against a bristleback, but a bristleback with a CM, it's almost as if like he's just outputting so much that your magic stick can't keep up, or
yeah,
the region can't keep up really.
yeah, yeah. No, it's just going to be able to mitigate a good percentage of the damage, but yeah. But you get scared because the cool sprays are stacking on you, so you back off and then you lose farm because of that's happening. And even just by that kind of impact alone, it's just really good to be able to have the ability to spam the cool sprays.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder what this Necro is going to be. You never know with a Necro whether it's
Yeah.
going to be a support, a mid, an off lane. Like,
Position one, I've seen carry Necrophos
yeah,
before also. Yeah, it's always a mystery.
good job banning out the Luna from Be Humble. Uh, Even if they do pick the CK, they at least can't like cheese the
Yeah,
CK phantasm of the Luna. So
yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be too scared of the CK if Luna is also out of the pool too.
yeah, so
Because there isn't a lot of other good Phantasm targets, are there? Um, yeah, I can't really think of much.
uh, maybe
Spectre is interesting because you get the Desolate. I guess you could do Anti-Mage.
I was thinking Anti-Mage or like a Wraith King with the huge crits that he provides.
Yeah, I guess in that same aspect you can get PA also. But I guess the difference is, Luna does all the damage plus you push his towers insanely.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there just really isn't someone as scary as Luna when it comes to illusion characters.
I agree. A Razor to drain that bristleback damage.
Yeah, good pick. And Dire looking super tanky already.
Yeah, and if
The
Necro,
Humble went
go ahead.
also kind of like a tanky build last time with the Timber Size, their position one, and having the Dark Seer and the Pudge. But yeah, again, it seems like they're very comfortable playing these kind of like team fighty teams with very tanky frontliners.
Yeah, and a Jakiro pick for some extra push, some harass, and a Warlock. They like that Warlock a lot on Be Humble. good counter initiation, good lane support.
Yeah, easy
So,
to execute.
yeah, Fatal Bonds, yeah, could provide to be pretty good against this team comp. Crystal Main's pretty squishy, so her taking any sort of unnecessary damage is really going to hurt her and her ability to have any sort of input on team fights, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes Fatal Bond's going to tanky target like Bristleback and getting chained to his supports. And Bristleback gets a little carried away, goes into fight without realizing that he's bonded to his supports and kind of gets them killed. It can happen.
I don't think we're going to see CK now. They've picked the Jakiro,
No.
unless they picked him as an offlaner, which I don't think they would.
Yeah, they can pick a position one if they think they want that early game team fight. I mean, you could just run a good old CK carry, but I'm not sure if this. I mean, he actually could be okay. Dyer doesn't have a good way of dealing illusions.
Yeah, they don't actually have. All they have is single target stuff, really.
Yeah, and Razor isn't very good dealing with CK either, because he attacks those like slowly and yeah, and the Static Link isn't as effective against TCK because his illusions output so much damage anyways. Oh,
Ooh, a
sniper.
sniper pick. That would be a interesting mid lane.
Yeah, against the Razor, I mean, it is one of the decent picks against the Razor. Usually, no one wants to lane against him, but a sniper can easily outrange him. But he's got to watch out because there's a Spirit Breaker on the other side. So Be Humble isn't going to be phased about the sniper. If they execute their game plans, Spirit Breaker should be able to give sniper quite a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and Razor can always just walk at him and drain his damage. So banning out
Yeah.
the Sand King, who we've seen to be quite an effective offlaner, lots of crowd control, good damage. So good team fight ult. So trying to
I
think.
wonder if
I was about to say I'm trying to
oh,
think of what offlaner this Radiant team is looking to take.
they can always take the Bristle back into the off lane. So they do have the flexibility on their side. They can either choose an off laner here or the safe lane carry.
That's true.
And if they're really on a pinch, they can also take a Sand Sniper into the safe lane. Although he likes his levels quite a bit in the mid lane.
Yeah. Plus, he can kind of get bullied by Necro with
Yeah.
the Heartstopper aura or the Death Pulse. Just kind of spam that out. But I don't know. Yeah, he wouldn't do too bad in the safe lane.
So they're taking a little bit longer time to be able to think of the ban here. So they ban Legion Commander. I do like the ban. It is a Silver Edge carrier. Currently, that doesn't have an amazing Silver Edge carrier. Spiritbreaker gets it eventually, but he's going to be a support, so he'll be able to be very. I mean, he's going to be take a long time for him to get that. Necrophos can pick it up, and he's a decent, Shadow Blade carrier, so he can turn into that. Same for Razor, but none of these guys are optimal
Yeah.
for it.
I wonder if Dyer will pick up a troll.
Yeah, Troll, Slark. I like Slark here actually because Slark is pretty
Oh
decent against
yeah.
Sniper and Crystal Maiden also. I think yeah, be humble. I'm going to be expecting a Slark pick here. Or OOOOO can also pick up a Slark just to ban it off from them. Whoa, a Viper.
Whoa, guys, here we are. Hopefully, Grudy's not watching.
So looks like Sniper's probably going to be safe lane here. I'm going to assuming Viper can go off lane actually, and Bristleback will safe lane. Yeah, we only have to see what how they decide to mix up their cores because they can actually go any lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine
Honestly,
as Sniper being off lane.
I was about to say, yeah. Bristles, Sniper, and Viper, all three can just be safe mid or off lane. You just never know.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing that's going to be unlikely is a Sniper off lane, but that can also happen. But yeah, be humble. Probably only for the position one here. Slark still looks okay to me. Viper is not a target that he really wants to be seeing, but it's not terrible for him. I mean, Slark really worries about kind of AOE, CC, and things like that. He should be able to purge off that Viper strike with his Q. Or is
Yeah,
Slark banned? No, Slark isn't banned, so.
Viper also kind of falls off after the mid game, so.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have other scaling cores, with Sniper
Yeah.
especially scales very well into the late game,
Oh,
provided
yeah.
he has farm. But usually, no matter how much the Sniper struggles early game, if it goes to late game, Sniper will get his farm regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can just defend high ground for a very long time until he feels comfortable enough leaving.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds left for Be Humble.
Yeah, I think they're really just making sure that they know what they want for this last pick. A
The
storm.
Storms were. Oh, okay. So I think Razor in the safe lane, I guess.
Yep. Barry Jive's taking him to the safe lane.
Yeah. So I guess the game plan. I mean, I'm assuming the Razor is going to end up being a Silver Edge. It's not a bad character for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they really don't want this sniper to be able to do anything. They got Spirit Breaker, Storm Spears. Hopefully the sniper won't be able to like get a lot of work done if Be Humble executes their game plan. Because sniper is going to be sitting in the back while Bristleback and Viper is going to be in the front, and those are the only characters that Spirit Breaker and Storm Spirit are really going to be worried about.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I think Storm might be dedicated to zipping to the back lines and just snagging Sniper, even if it's just to throw Vortex on him so
Oh
that
yeah,
he's preoccupied for at least a few seconds. That few seconds can allow your carries to output the amount of damage that they need to, and then you
yeah,
can just turn on Sniper. But it looks like this will be a mid Viper, safe lane Sniper, and an off lane Bristle.
yeah. That's what I'm going to be expecting also.
So
Yeah, Viper being just most efficient mid lane, it gives him the ability to be able to pick up some of the runes, be able to gank the side lanes.
yeah, and Storm is pretty slow early.
Yeah,
So he might be able to get on top of him and maybe get an early kill or two.
yeah, he should be able to dominate him in the early game for sure. Storm Spirit definitely can't out kind of match Viper's right clicking ability. Of course, sometimes you just don't even want to right click him because you're just going to take the corrosive gale damage. Just go straight up lose the trade.
Uh huh. All right. Well, let's. We're in for an interesting game, folks. Some new picks, some unusual picks that we don't really get to see. But it looks like we have Dick Cheney on the Sniper, Zucifer on the Viper, Fire on the CM, Wind on the Flame Bristleback, and with the TP out early, Thula on the Viper.
Over on Be Humble, we have Indifferent again on the Warlock, his favorite. Cookie's playing that Necrophos, Barry Jive playing that Razor, Storm Spirit by Gohan, and Gix on that Spirit Breaker. Interesting to point out is that over on Oo's side, Fire was playing the Centaur last game, and Wind was playing the CK. So it looks like their offlaner and supports kind of like to switch around depending on what the picks are.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, Gohan didn't take any region to lane besides that Fairy Fire, but Warlock just gave him two Tangos. I was about to say, I think this is a mistake going to a lane against a Viper with absolutely no region.
Yeah, the Tangos are going to be able to allow work. Hopefully, you'll be able to pick up that bottle before Lucifer can push out his lane. It's
Oh,
going to be
wait.
important for him.
This is a safe lane Necro and an off lane tri lane of Buried,
Okay.
Indifferent, and Gix, actually.
Yeah, so we're going for an aggressive off lane here, which does make sense. They just want to put a lot of pressure on Sniper. They know Sniper is quite bad with pressure, especially on the early game. And they want to also give Cookie kind of an easy lane to be able to farm. I do like this idea. This is one of the strengths of having someone like Razor as your carry. He doesn't mind going into the off lane to be able to farm because he's such a dominator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Looks like we got an early Shadow Word coming out on Thula. Throws out the Fire Breath, and Razor's just going to drain some damage. Barry Drive already taking some early damage.
Yeah,
Some
he
right
was sitting
clicks.
under that shrapnel because of that frostbite.
Zucifer just kind of orb walking here in the mid lane, throwing out some harass on Gohan, trying to pressure him back early.
I wonder why they're not going for Dick Cheney right now. It seems like a decent opportunity.
I think they were unsure of where the supports were.
Mm-hmm.
Gohan.
But the lane is pushing for their side, so...
Yeah. Cookie and Win just kind of exchanging spells and right clicks, it seems like, up here in this off lane.
Gix getting found by Thula.
And he'll just charge out of the trees. Barry now is draining some damage from Dick Cheney. Is he going to be able to keep up on him? No, he's just going to steal the damage. Some 40 extra damage is quite a bit. Zucifer diving in deep on Gohan here in the mid lane. Just trying to harass him back as much as he can.
They're bullying him away from being able to get those last hits.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Gix was looking for somewhere to charge. Possibly. Maybe mid lane to help out their Storm Spirit.
Different. Finds a ward.
Good D ward. 100 gold going towards him. And he's going to snipe this rune. And then he's probably going to go grab his other rune too. Nope. Okay.
Shrapnel in the bot lane. Gix is level 2, so he does have the greater bash. They might find fire here.
Good juke through the trees. Wow, really good juke.
Oh my god.
Oh, gets spotted out now. Right click's coming out of Gix, but out comes the dual breath and the shrapnel. Gix taking a lot of damage here. Needs to be careful. If he gets caught with a frostbite, could be going down. Really close. Barry now right clicking some of the heroes, and they have to back up. Looks like they might retreat here. Can't shrine for another 115 seconds. So I actually kind of like that change. It's definitely less quality of life for your offlaner,
Yeah,
but
but I definitely agree though.
yeah, it's just so annoying, like blowing all your spells on a hero. They just go to shrine and come right back, and you're out of mana. Zucifer
The
needs to be
offlane was way too
careful.
safe.
Yeah, Zucifer might go down here. Nope, has to retreat, and doesn't have a salve. Only has some tangos, so needs to be playing kind of defensively for the next little bit.
Yeah.
So-
I wonder how he ended up taking so much damage. Maybe he dove the tower slightly a little too much, and then taking some tower damage.
He was man fighting Gohan, and he took a couple overloads from.
I'm assuming he stayed on top of some static remnants too.
Yeah, I think he
Surprising.
took. Yeah, I think he took a static remnant and then an overload to the face.
It's quite surprising that he actually managed to not put a lot of damage into Gohan in that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was just on the back foot the whole time.
Yeah, might be.
Trading.
Sniper nearing his Aki, so he should be getting a bit of damage coming out here soon. It's a little bit more survivability, some nice stats on him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this Dire offlane not working as well as I wanted them to. There hasn't been any good charges yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that Viper is pretty low, if he gets hit by a charge, he's definitely going down. How much damage is that? It doesn't say how much damage it causes.
What does the charge?
Yeah, I thought it did damage.
Yeah, it's a bash that does damage, not the charge itself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It applies greater bash when you charge someone, but it doesn't really tell you what the damage of the bash is because it's 22% of his move speed as damage.
Gotcha.
So unless we want to be doing some math, it's like 300-ish move speed.
So 22% of that.
Ish damage.
Yeah, that plus a right click, and yeah, Zucifer definitely would be going down.
Yeah.
So it looks like he backed up to get out from any ward vision, and he might be charging soon. So yeah, folks, we got a little bit of a pause here. It looks like we had some lag issues. What does Cookie
He
say?
wants to address the elephant in the room. Fire, not having any of it.
Okay. Unnecessary information.
Just gotta get more fiber.
Jeez.
Some friendly chatter.
Yeah.
So I think this mid lane is going to be very important for Be Humble to see how this game shapes up to be. If Gohan can come out of this lane, farm decently well, I think Be Humble should have a pretty good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Viper really having to play defensively now. Um, he is regening a bit of health here, but still one overload and remnant, and he.
Getting himself careered out, so he is playing a little bit smart here.
Oh,
His charge
Jakira going
coming
for
out.
this double damage room, although a charge is coming out. It's not going to be quick enough. He is going to grab it, get stunned up, bash, trying to get another bash, but a dual breath slowing down Gix, keeping him from staying on top of him. And the Viper comes in just to help. Now he's salved up and ready to go. Throwing out some harass on Gohan once again. Man.
Yeah, Gohan is still decently far from his bottle. He decided to buy another salve.
Yeah, he also went boots first to try to outmaneuver Zucifer a bit in this mid
Yeah,
lane.
definitely don't want to get dove.
Yeah, this offlane really, I wouldn't say boring, but just very, very even. Both kind of just
Yeah.
trading. Although Cookie right now looks like
Very
he'll get hit his
character.
6 first. Yeah, having to back up and shrine a bit. Looks like Thula could get caught here. Does have his damage drained, gets stunned up, but a frostbite comes out from Cian to help out. Now
Very
Sniper,
jive one shot.
yeah,
The couriers, they gotta watch out. The courier's getting, oh, he's definitely gonna get killed now.
yeah, Sniper takes down the courier. And doesn't look like anyone's going to go down here. Kind of a bit of a skirmish, although Barry almost does go down.
Yeah, Indifferent also took a lot of harass trying to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these engages just not working out well for.
Oh, Win. The
Humble.
scythe comes out on Win, unable to finish him off with it, but looks like he'll finish him off with a right click, and Cookie will draw first blood up here in this off lane.
Man, the amount of life he regens with Ghost Shroud when he has a kill on him, with the restoration amplification coming up with his passive.
Yeah, like he was
From
almost
that
dead
pulse.
from like the quill sprays when he threw down
Yeah.
that scythe, and now he's full health. Like that's just obnoxious.
Yeah, it's because that pulse was combined with the old what, sadism, I think it was called, where he gets a bunch of stacks of health regen whenever he kills someone. Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Oh,
Still gotta
Gohan
watch
having to
out.
zip back.
Lots of stacks.
Viper Strike went out on Gohan. He fairy fires to stay alive. Almost went down there.
Gohan did manage to finally pick up that bottle though. So he's doing decently well considering the lane matchup he is against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if he can make it out of lane stage without dying, even if he's a little bit behind on farm, he can at least consider it a win.
Yeah, I agree.
But Barry Jive taking some liquid fire harass, and shrapnel coming out from Dick Cheney. He's starting to drain the damage. Dick Cheney throws out a plasma field. Sniper getting stunned up here. Might go
bash.
down. Oh, he doesn't. He cancels the right click at the last second. In comes Zucifer with a Viper Strike, takes down 2, and now Warlock on the retreat. Storm Spirit rotates tops, and they're able to take down Bristleback again in this off lane. And now they're
That was a
pressuring
scythe
tower.
kill.
Oh, was it a scythe kill?
Yeah, so Bristleback's gonna be down for a little bit longer than he should be at this phase of the game.
Yeah, you're right.
It's only 10 seconds at the first level, but it's still 10 seconds off the map farming and leveling up. So he's getting farther and farther behind against Necrophos, who's already level 8.
Yeah, he's now 2 levels behind. Looks like Gohan coming in. This charge coming out on Zucifer. Getting gone on, getting pinched from both sides. Goes on Gohan, but out comes the stun. Trying to trap him in. Doesn't look like they'll have enough damage on him. Indifferent coming in with a haste rune, but doesn't have anything to really help. He's just a fast warlock right now.
Just waddling along. So
He does kind of waddle, doesn't he?
yeah, it's just the. I think he's like maybe like has a little bit hard time walking because that's why he's a staff, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe it's the grimoire.
The grimoire's too heavy.
I mean, you're carrying that golem. You drop the golem, so I mean, I imagine that's pretty heavy.
I mean, especially now that when you die, you summon a golem on death.
Yeah, it kind of bursts out of you.
Yeah, indifferent doing that little nice rotation here for Gohan, filling up his bottle from the base.
Mm-hmm. Bot lane. Gix ready to charge in case, but do they have a ward up here spotting this out? No, they do not. So unless CM spots it out, Dick Cheney could be in trouble. They do have 3 heroes down here. Meanwhile, mid lane, Gohan taking some harass from Zucifer, but nothing too major, I guess. Yeah, I mean, not too much action going on. A little bit here and there.
Yeah. So far in the net worth, Necrophos is actually leading his way above the Viper thanks to those 2 kills. Even with Viper getting those nice kills in the bot lane, just being able to force this Bristleback and having free farm on the top lane really shows.
Mm-hmm. And I think the Viper had to share the gold too.
Yeah.
On another
Psycho
side
on top.
comment. But he's able to barely survive. Jakiro snagging this top rune and heading back now.
Yeah, Win thankfully rotating in time to be able to mitigate so much of that.
Oh, Cookie dives down, gets caught in an ice path. Viper and Jakiro have both rotated this lane. He shrouds, but out comes the Viper strike. And the nasal goo. He's getting CC'd here, and Cookie will go down here. Gets a little bit too greedy, trying to chase down Wind, and thanks to some rotations, he is brought down.
Yeah, there is a lot of space though for the other lanes.
Oh, charge coming out on Gix. Gets stunned up. Plasma field doing some damage. Drains the damage. Probably 1 or 2 more right clicks. Unless she can... Oh, no. Tries to escape into the tree, but the stack link keeps vision. Now, Berry Jive might get gone on. Yeah, he's probably going to die here. Dick Cheney does have his Assassinate. No, he doesn't have Assassinate. He chose not to level it, and Razor's able to make it out.
And also, he was on Strength Treads the entire time. If he was on Agi Treads, that was definitely gonna kill.
See, the thing I've noticed is I think when you spectate, I don't know if you can see tread swap.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, okay, I was wrong. Viper is on Agi, so I am incorrect. You were right. He was on Strength Treads the entire time. If he was on Agi, he would have gotten that kill.
I mean, maybe it is still a bug. He still is on Strength Treads. Maybe it's just a little bit of a bug just for Big Dick Cheney right now.
Yeah. Oh, charge coming out on Viper. Gohan going in, Lightning Ball, providing that overload damage. He doesn't have Vortex skilled, so he's just using Static Remnants and Overload charges to bring him down, and he's able to bring him down. Fire rotating in, throws out a Frostbite. Needs to be careful, though. Could get charged up here. Charge is available. Throws out an Ice Path. Gohan jukes it and turns back.
Yeah, nighttime coming just in time to be able to save the CM.
Goes and grabs the rune. Dances around a tree. Wait, did they? I wonder if they saw each other there.
I actually don't think they saw each other.
That
tree being the perfect place. And Indifferent, where did the rune go? Where did my bounty go?
Yeah. We're like having a lot of lag here. Actually, yeah. But seems like a lot of lag from both these teams.
Yeah, it was, I believe, Thula last time that disconnected. They do like flaming their teammates. Didn't they also ask the other team to report indifferent last game? The last game
I
they
think
tested?
like last series.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
He's also a team captain, isn't he?
yeah, he's the TO.
Just no appreciation.
Gik's mad that his clockwork banned.
What's going on?
Some polite memeage. Maybe. I don't know.
Cookie only plays cancer. What did he play last game again?
He played Darkseer.
Right, that's not cancer. And he gives me the okay, yeah. That's why he's mad, it's because Indifferent drafted him Darkseer.
Well, they
Oh
banned out
yeah,
his Abaddon.
Indifferent. Right. They really did some research. The Clockwork and the Abaddon ban definitely on these Potion 4 and 3 player. It's interesting. Indifferent is their drafter, and yet he just drafts himself Warlock every game. I wouldn't expect that.
Wait, did
I
you say
wouldn't
he's
draft
not their
myself.
drafter?
No, he is their
Oh,
drafter.
yeah. Yeah.
But he drafts himself Warlock every game. Like,
He,
doesn't he get bored? Like, if it was
apparently,
like, your captain draft your Warlock every game, then whatever, that's like what captain does. But if you have the choice, man,
maybe he just really enjoys Warlock.
maybe he just likes doing that reading, getting into some dark fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, he does. He's carrying his book on him right now. He's got that tome of knowledge.
I
As
also
my.
think,
Go ahead.
I also think Warlock's default lantern looks really ugly.
Is that the default lantern he has on right
Yeah,
now?
that's default lantern. You can click the magnifying glass on his
Yeah.
character icon. And it looks like the bottom part just looks like it's out of like a Minecraft or something. Like someone like built that building out of Minecraft.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind
just
of
so
just like
blocky.
dangling out. Oh,
Oh, here we go.
indifference now back. We're ready to go. Yeah, I agree. It kind of looks a little weird.
He has the cool golem though,
Does he?
like Doom-like looking golem.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, Berry Drive using a plasma field and draining the damage of fire. Not that there is that much damage to drain.
Charge.
Charge coming out on Dick Cheney, gets stunned. Viper coming in, another strike used on Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney will go down. Gix might pay the price though with a Viper strike coming out. Now he turns on Berry Jive. Berry Jive takes maybe one or two more right clicks and he's going
He needs
down.
to use his phase boots. Okay,
Yeah.
man, Barry, you gotta use your phase boots more, man.
Yeah, I think he also got kind of juked there by Zucifer, thinking he would dip down into the
Oh wow.
down the steps.
How did Indifferent end up getting fire? Indifferent got
Oh,
fired. Oh, that must have been the Fatal Bonds.
Fatal Bonds are last word. Cookie
Yeah.
once again harassing Wind, but Wind has backup coming in, but so does Cookie. In comes the ball lightning on Gohan. Out comes the scythe, finishes him off. Gohan gets assassinated, but is able to make it out. And Cookie now on the retreat. But now Dick Cheney getting charged. Looks like they cancel it though. Ice Path does catch him. Cookie trying to walk through shrapnel and some headshots. Liquid fire, dual breath. Man, Macro Pyre, they're throwing the kitchen sink at him too. Now Gix charging on the backline on Dick Cheney. Turns the attention on him. Jukes into the trees. And oh, in
Another
comes Storm
zip.
Spirit. Storm Spirit really low here. Coming in, dual breath or liquid fire used on him. Nether strike finishes off Dick Cheney. Fire and Thula taking a lot of damage here. In comes Viper. Viper finishing off Gix. Maybe will he go down to the? No, he
He's
will
so
survive.
tanky.
Yeah, but Cookie now getting gone on by Zucifer.
Cookie just is baiting him into him. He just doesn't care.
Yeah,
He's so ahead right now with the mechanism. Ooh. Man, also like he died so many, like he goes so close to dying so many times there, but he was just so good at like at Ghost Strike usage. He had this 16 charge magic wand, then just Ghost Strike and pop that, and they gave him his full life back because of the healing amplification.
yeah, yeah.
Ghost Strike is a crazy spell.
Yeah, Cookie playing this Necro quite well.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. Also, that charge from Gix at the end there to well pick a sniper was well timed because Gohan was about to get assassinated and he didn't have mana to Jip to dodge the assassinate, but the charge just in time to be able to cancel that.
Macro Pirate
Yep,
coming
getting
out.
Cookie.
Yeah, he gets caught and takes an assassinate to the face as well, but will eventually get brought down by Dick Cheney's shrapnel. Although Win getting collapsed on by 3, Golem committed, Static Link draining a lot of damage from Wind. Had a TP coming in, but they cancel it as they realize he's dead, and another strike to finish him off. Barry Jive just barely surviving here with still, 70 health.
Yeah, that was the fifth stack of Quill Spray. Almost killed him. But Win having a terrible time this game. Wherever he goes, he's just getting killed because he's so behind.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, I was really hoping that they weren't going to take the Bristleback on the to the off lane. Yeah, Bristleback is like, oh, fire getting gone on by Storm Spirit here, throws out a Crystal Nova and a Frostbite, but is still getting gone. Out comes a Ice Path from Thula in the dual breath, still has his eyes set on fire, takes an Assassinate to the face, almost goes down here. Assassinate being used, a Scythe coming out, finishing off Chikiro, and Wind is chasing Gix, trying to finish him off. Cookie taking both hits from Zucifer and Dick Cheney. Might go down here. Oh, now Wind turning on Cookie, just getting ganged up on underneath this tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Sniper TPing bot to repel this berry drive.
Yeah, Cookie was expecting more of his team to be there, but unfortunately Gohan already left the lane, and same for the Spirit Breaker when they saw the fight was turning. Leaving Cookie to just die. And they didn't really have much of a choice, though. They don't really want to fight into that team when they're grouped with the Viper and the Bristleback, with the Sniper in the backline doing so much damage.
But it looks like Razor and Storm have their eyes set on this mid tier 1. We'll finish that off. They'll trade that for their top tier 1. Not a bad trade.
No, not at all. Mid is probably the most valuable tower in the game, especially the tier 1, because it opens up so much control into the enemy jungle. While you don't really mind losing the tier 1 on the dire side on the off lane, or the safe lane rather, because like these camps are already dangerous even if the tower is up. They usually just want to stick around this corner anyways.
Wind looks like he's getting spotted out. Runs into Berry Jive. Charge coming out from on Wind, and another strike to keep him in place. Has his damage drained, and a Scythe to come in and barely misses it. I don't think he went down to the Scythe actually.
No, he did not. So he is going to spare himself from the extra 20-second being dead.
Yeah. Oh, Sniper might get gone on down here. Gohan going on him, zipping in. Uses Vortex to keep him in place. Now turning because Viper TP'd in. And looks like he'll be able to get away.
Space created.
Yeah. Good forced rotation. And now Radiant's going to lose this top tier 1.
Yeah, Barry Drive's been very good at focusing on these tier 1 towers. Cookie is going for a Pipe of Insight. He's going for just tanky Necro build. I do like this build a lot better than the Scepter Rush build that some people like to do.
Yeah.
And then getting Guardian Greaves afterwards, you just become so hard to kill.
Well, I mean, is Scepter even worth getting on him anymore now that it's been reworked?
The cooldown is really, really good because it's up every 25 seconds at max level.
That's true. That is true. I forgot about the cooldown reduction because now that's about all it is, isn't it? It's just cooldown reduction.
Yeah, and it's really, really good. And I think it's still core on him, but definitely getting it in the mid and late game is definitely the best idea. Going for Guardian Greaves and Pipe seems like a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, because I mean that takes it from 70 at level 3 to, like you said, 25. That's pretty good. That's a huge chunk of cooldown.
Yeah.
So Barry Jive looking to. It seems like these teams have been fighting so much that they're all kind of behind in items. Barry Jive.
No one's been really farming the lane so much. Only Cookie is the only one that has a lot of last hits, and it does show that he is ahead in the leaderboards right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Viper actually has over 100 last hits. He does have a Hurricane Pike and is working towards a Yasha, just trying to build up that attack speed and movement speed, it seems like. But let's see, what's Storm? So, okay, so Storm is about 200 gold from his Bloodstone. Um, oh, looks like Cookie spots out Zucifer. Zucifer getting charged now, but that gets spotted out by Bristleback. Another strike to keep him in place. Death Pulse. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication. Wind now coming in. Looks like they're going to try and turn this on Gix. Frost Nova coming out from Fire. Indifferent throws down the Fatal Bonds and the Golem. Macropyre, though, doing so much damage. Cookie healing to full, but Fire throwing down the Freezing Field. Cookie trying to TP out, but will get brought down. A double kill from Wind. Barry now getting gone on. He's also going to try and TP out, but a Frostbite will keep him in place, and an Ice Path, and a triple kill for Wind.
Yeah,
And
they're not ahead enough to be able to dive into a Viper this on this phase of the game.
yeah. And with that triple kill, he now has his Solar Crest. He's has 1,700 gold. He's about to go buy that last piece for that Solar Crest.
Yeah, Win definitely a big winner there, getting caught up after the terrible laning phase.
Mm-hmm. Just
He's
wanting.
now actually ahead of Big Dick Cheney.
Yeah, let's look at the net worth graph. Yeah, I don't know what he was before, but I'm sure he jumped up quite a bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he went. Looks like he's going to head up there now, maybe to pick up that Talisman of Evasion.
Interestingly enough, Big Dick Cheney actually went for a Ring of Health. Looks like this was a casual Ring of Health just to be able to sustain the lane a little bit. I wonder why he decided not to go for like a Morbid Mask instead, because the Mask of Madness is really good on him. Really good on Sniper Dispatch just in general.
Yeah, yeah, I like the Mask of Madness, but the one drawback I have with it is I hate that I use it, and if you don't quite get enough damage output before the silence is over, and someone's getting away, you're not quite able, like you can't keep vision and or get a kill with an assassinate because you're silenced. I've had that happen a few times, but
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have been in the range to be able to assassinate and kill them, right? Because the damage boost from the Mask of Madness is so immense.
true,
So you might not even have had the opportunity to be able to kill them.
true.
So it is a downside for sure. But I think for a character like a sniper who doesn't need to be spamming a lot of spells, you can just draw all your shrapnel charges and then go right into the Mask of Madness. It can be very good. I mean, I think especially in this case when he was picking up a casual Ring of Health, because I don't think this Ring of Health is going to anything unless he builds maybe a Lincoln's later on,
Mm-hmm.
which he might do. But yeah. I think it's just like I don't think you go Mask of Madness every game as sniper, but
Yeah,
when you
no.
want a regen item, it seems decent, the Morbid Mask.
Yeah, I think he picked that up for his Hurricane Pike.
Oh right. I'm still not used to the force stat being built out of a ring of health instead of regen. So yeah, that's completely fine.
Now, one thing I did just notice, just a minute ago, Zucifer took his level 15 talent, and he actually went for the 15 strength over the agility. What do you think his reasoning is behind
Fire
that?
bot lane.
Oh, fire getting gone on by Gohan. If he throws down the static remnant, actually doesn't go off, but she's gets charged and taken down anyway. In comes Berry Drive, draining a lot of damage, but Macropyre doing so much damage down here. Thula will go down. Now Wind turning on Gix. Gix almost goes down to the Quill Spray, actually able to get out, but Zucifer and Wind both getting slowed by the Warlock slow. Dick Cheney tries to assassinate the Razor, but is unable to finish him off, and now they disengage.
Huge fight for him there.
Yeah, able to take down the CM, Jakiro, and Bristleback in that engagement. A great
Yeah.
engagement for them.
Just
Go ahead.
committing a little too much to save a fire there. It's definitely one of those moments. If CM is getting gone on by Storm Spirit, you just let her die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, she's
fire
getting gone
getting
on
caught again.
again. Another static remnant. She throws on the Glimmer Cape and he decommits. Oh, actually, she's getting charged again. But,
On the
oh,
regen rune on
oh,
Gohan.
he gets frozen up with the frostbite. TP's out. Is this going to be enough? Macropyre and,
Woo!
oh, wow, barely is able to make it out in time. And a
I would really want
charge
to
out from
commend Fire
Gix.
there for that reaction speed on the frostbite, because she prevented Gohan from getting the last hit because the frostbite came out so early.
Yeah. I think she may have had an idea that she was like being charged, so she like had it
Yeah,
ready, and then
yeah.
just got him instead. But as I was saying before that, those engagements, so Zucifer took plus 15 strength instead of 16 agility. One, what do you think of like that decision? And two, why do you think he chose that?
I suppose his idea is he's not going to be pulling out the damage right now. All he needs to do is frontline for the sniper
Mm-hmm.
and just not die. He's going, I suppose, he's going to rely on his magic damage to kill the enemies rather than his physical damage. And I mean, it's interesting because usually if you see a Viper going for a tanky build, you usually see the mechanism build instead of a carry build like this. So perhaps he just thinks he just isn't tanky enough for his liking.
Mm-hmm. Win getting spotted out here. Cookie sees him. He realizes he's getting gone on a charge coming out and coming forward with Gohan. Vortexes him, getting his mana drain. Does get Glimmer Caped so that he doesn't take the full brunt of the damage. Gix actually gets caught in the ice path. Nether strikes Wind. Wind getting taken down here. He goes down. Thula will go down to the urn as well as the Fatal Bonds damage. And CM, oh, just barely
Wow,
escapes.
what a juke.
Yeah, good juke there.
Gohan
They
had the right idea, but the Glimmer Cave lasting just long enough.
they even scanned just in case if she just went invis. Yeah, looks like they're gonna try and push down this mid lane now. Or actually, no, they're going to Roche.
I like this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Jakiro Bristleback being definitely the, especially Jakiro being the best zone controller. I mean, he is actually going to be up very soon, so they might not be doing this fast enough. Oh, and Berry Drive actually activating his Eye of the Storm, which doesn't work against Roshan. So a
That
little
could
bit
be
of character
troubling.
unfamiliarity, yeah.
They see
And
Zucifer. Zucifer definitely sees them. So they back out, and Roche returns to his pit. Looks like they're going to spot out Fire. Yep, they see Fire down here by herself. Don't think they'll charge or anything. How's Sniper? Sniper picks up a Desolator, actually.
mm-hmm.
Probably to chew through this Razor and
Necrophos, probably.
Necro and Spirit Breaker, probably.
Yeah. It does help a Viper and the Bristles damage too, since Cool Spray is physical.
Mm-hmm. So Desolator on top of someone who's Solar Crested, more minus armor. Someone's definitely going to melt.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely jumping on Dick Cheney is going to be a very big objective for the Storm Spirit and the Spirit Breaker here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he takes the 20 shrapnel DPS. That's good. Like that a lot better than the 200 health, personally.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to carries, you almost always want to take the damage talent over tanky talents, because on top of it helping you kill enemies, also helps you farm towards the late game to be able to get those tanky items, which are going to be better than just 200 health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like doubly effective. That's why you almost always want to take the damage talent.
What do you think of Spirit Breaker's level 10 choices between 20 movement speed and 5 all stats? Stats is always a good option, but at the same time, with your entire kit kind of being centered around your movement speed, an extra, like a free 20 movement speed, not that bad of an option, I'd think.
Sorry, for which character?
For a Spirit Breaker?
For Spirit Breaker. I mean, also the move speed also actually grants him extra damage, because Greater Bash is move speed convert to damage. So in that way, it actually gives him a bit additional value. But I think, the reason why he decided to go for all stats over the move speed is that, I mean, he's just relying on Charge of Darkness to be able to be his initial gap closer, and he just wanted Nether Strike and get the fight over with because he's a position 4 character. If he was more of a core character that can stick onto people and have more tankiness associated with that, he should be fine. But he just want to go all in on the one shot. So that firewall stats will probably help him be a little bit more durable, get him more charges up because more mana, and just more armor from the agility too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think if he was taking more of a core role, he would have chosen the other 20 movement speed. I just found that interesting. What's our Razor? 15 Agi, 175 cast range. Yeah, I think that's some good decisions.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even know he had a talent for unstable current damage. That is a very situational talent. But I
Yeah.
guess in a game where everyone just is slinging spells at you, it could be pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. That's a lot of damage, honestly. 130, 260 whenever you're targeted by a spell. Yeah, that hurts.
Did so this doesn't actually have to do with this game, but did you see? I don't know how often you browse the Dota Reddit, but did you
Oh, you took
see?
the Wagamama?
Yeah, when the
Oh
Spearbreaker
yeah.
charged him from mid lane, and he killed him with the unstable current.
Yeah, he was so confused. Like Wagama was like, "Wait, I got a kill. What the hell?" And he's just saw like Spirit Breaker there. It's like he just like it clicked and it just made sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I watched that. Like Waga's laugh just was so contagious. I just cracked up watching just him laugh at that.
Yeah. No, it was just pretty good. And then the comment section of that was pretty fun to read because people were like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
How was he credited for the kill? Yeah, just little things. That's why Dota is such a fun game. It's just like so many possibilities.
Yeah, it's like you never know what's going to happen. Really, looks like we have a
Hmm.
battle of the wards here around Roche.
Yeah.
Indifferent. I've seen him D ward 2 sentries or 2 wards up there in the past like 3 minutes.
Yeah, no supports will get to have money basically. It's like how you like both supports by sentries will sentry each other until they both run out of money.
The battle of who's poorer.
Yeah.
Now we do have an Orchid out on Gohan. Orchid,
Yeah,
and he has
Gohan really steamrolled.
yeah, and he has 15 charges on his Bloodstone. So he's starting to get in a rhythm. He could provide to be quite dangerous in these next couple engagements.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Be Humble decided to take a more of a farming position after their big net worth lead. I guess they want to get Berryjar kind of caught up because actually he is on a little net worth. He actually had a really terrible laning phase, but his jungling has really pushed him through the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not exactly sure what they're waiting for. Maybe they just want to try to fight for vision around Roshan, maybe take the Roshan before they push next.
Yeah, it might be. And Jin Giraffe just pointed out, and I just totally made a new move. I forgot to turn on my open mic, but if you want to see
Oh,
the replay of the cast, just go to my YouTube channel.
or yeah, if you download of Dota TV, it's going to be just me talking to a ghost or something, I guess.
Yeah, well, she did that the other day, so it's just my turn to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean you have the YouTube channel with that's the benefits of that. It's not going to be a big deal unless people won't be spectating right through Dota.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like we have a Spearbreaker farm in this jungle. Fire spots him out. Throws out a Crystal Nova and a Frostbite, but looks like he'll be able to charge out. Oh, getting hit.
Ooh.
Out comes the Ice Path, able to take him down. In comes Gohan with a Vortex. Macropyre committed. Barry Jack coming in with the ult. Oh my gosh. See him instantly getting popped. Gohan going on Dick Cheney. Out comes the Scythe and the Golem
My
on
God,
Sniper, and he just
95-second dead.
yeah, just popped. Wow. That was some serious hate for that sniper.
Yeah, and this was the timing I guess they were looking for. A very dry picking up the Assault Cuirass. Big island complete for him. Going for
Oh
the Egg
yeah.
is next. Yeah, they should be able to take this tower pretty quick with the help of the AC.
Yeah, and Necro actually picking up 5% spell amp, so he's already throwing out quite a bit of damage with the Reaper Scythe and his Death Pulse, but he's about to put out even more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll Lightning Ball in on Jakiro. Vortex able to take him down. Now Zucifer pops a Shrine to stay in it. Needs to be careful. Meanwhile, Dire doesn't really care. They're just going to right-click this tower. Fatal Bonds goes out, unable to catch any heroes with it. Fire throws out a
Sniper is
Frostbite.
dead for so long still. Still
Yeah,
35 seconds on him.
they really don't have anything to worry about. Wind comes in, but he just has his damage drain. In comes Gohan on fire, vortexes him and just takes him down. Wind also just taking so much damage. Gets Scythe. He's out for 93 seconds. Zucifer getting charged and getting gone on by Gohan and Cookie. He needs to be careful. And they take a central set of racks.
They didn't lose a single person. Actually, they lost Spirit Breaker at the very beginning of that fight within the jungle, but that was all they lost.
Yeah, and he is already back up, and I can only assume they're going to go for Roche now.
Yeah. Yes. Bristleback still there for another 60. They're going to take this shrine now, so there's no way for OOOOOO to be able to easily access this Roshan.
Yeah, Gohan already starting on Roche. In comes Cookie. Use the Solar Crest or Medallion on him. Who has that, actually?
I'm assuming Indifferent. Oh,
Yeah.
no, Indifferent only has a medallion.
Yeah. I thought I just saw an interesting... Oh, we have a Halberd on Spirit Breaker, actually.
Good idea, I suppose. Sniper and Viper are very good targets for that
Mm-hmm.
Halberd. And Halberd is just a really good item right now. I'm assuming it's probably going to get nerfed somehow in the patch coming up if they do patch it.
Yeah, 707 probably. Do you think it's going to be... No, it's not going to... I don't think 707 is going to come out, but probably another 706E is going to come out before the qualifiers, I'd say. I don't think they would shake it up too much right before TI. Sure. I think 706 is going to be with us until after TI at least.
But if Halberd gets nerfed, it's going to be like either a stat nerf or like reduction in the duration of the disarm.
Yeah, speaking of, let's take a look. So... Disarm for 3 seconds on melee, 5.5 seconds on ranged.
Yeah, it's brutal.
What's 20? I'd say maybe the evasion gets nerfed a bit, and then maybe the strength goes from like 20 to like 18 or something, or maybe
that's what like the Sanji gives, isn't it? Sanji gives 16, yeah. So it will still be an upgrade if you get 18.
Yeah, I could see them tampering with like the evasion, taking it down to like 20% evasion maybe, and maybe changing the times a bit. Maybe 2.5 and 4.5 maybe, respectively.
Yeah. Or maybe keep the melee where it is, reduce the range disarm a little bit. Because 5.5 is quite brutal.
Yeah, I just don't see it really being used on that many range too often. Like Luna being the most common, but I feel like you see it a lot on... Okay, yeah, OD.
OD, you use it on Razor decently often too. It actually does a lot of work in Storm Spirit because Storm Spirit relies on the overload damage quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
So it's still quite decent. But yeah, it does hurt the most when you see like a Sven he blinks in and gets disarmed and he's just like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah, I've already committed my, my blink in. I have no way out. I'm just going to get blown up.
And you can't even BKB it off. So I mean, if you BKB preemptively, it's fine. But yeah, if you forget.
Yeah, Wind just standing up there with his back to him, just taking soaking up that damage, cool spraying out the wave. Doesn't really matter.
Nice back row.
Yeah, so I mean, while this has really been Be Humble's game, this is where, the rubber hits the road. Like, can you high ground up against this team that has actually some decent high ground defense between Wind and Sniper and Viper, and actually all these heroes really, Jakira's Macropyre and Breath able to de-push.
Necrophos has picked up his Egg Scepter, so Cookie is going to be willing to fire that Ripper Scythe willy-nilly now. It's no longer a long cooldown commitment. Berger going high ground with the Egg Scepter upgrade for his ulti, so his ulti is going out zapping away that tower.
Dodges with the Macropyre and the Ice Path. Now he's caught on this side, gets stunned up. counter initiation with the Golem. Fire and Thula taking a lot of damage. Actually, the Golem goes down almost immediately. Gix getting caught in the ice path, and so does Cookie. Cookie throws out a Reaper Scythe, almost takes down Sniper. Thula actually ends up going down to down to Cookie. Up comes Gohan, and they've lost another lane of racks. Wind now pursuing, but he blinks out. Cookie does take an assassinate, but he's going to be all right.
There was 2 buybacks for them.
Instantly, Gohan zips to the bot lane to push it in, and immediately start pressuring this bot lane.
Yeah, now all Be Humble needs to do is go back, wait for Spirit Breaker to come back up, and then push again, because they know 2 people don't have buybacks on the other side.
Yeah.
That was Sniper and Jakiro buyback. Sniper being the most important one there. He's the big one to kill to be able to push into the high ground.
Mm-hmm. So on this Radiant team, looks like we have Bristle and Viper buybacks. That's all we have right now. He goes in deep. Okay, he just wants to clear out the wave, threaten a bit. Necro getting gone on by both Wind, Fire, and Dick Cheney. Throws out the scythe, trying to delay a bit, but in comes Gohan. Going on Sniper, is able to bring him down, but looks like he might pay with it with his life. He's getting gone on, and he will go down to Wind. Now bot lane, Jakiro does end up going down. Zucifer just right-clicking on Barry. Barry starts draining his damage and starts concentrating on the racks. Now turns and looking on going on Flame. In comes Wind, throwing out Nasal Goo and right-clicks, but he gets disarmed by Gix. Yeah, down 1 rack. They're focusing on the other one. Looks like he might end up going down. Barry Drive will go down to Zucifer. Gix now TPing out and is able to make it out. But yes, they were able to get Megas before doing so. And now Gohan just pushing in the lane. He's already back up because of that Bloodstone. Sitting at 15 charges afterwards. And he picked up a Lincoln's and a Gem of True Sight.
Gohan making so much space there, knowing that Razor with an Aegean Scepter will be able to push that tier 3 super fast.
We got another fast waddling Warlock here.
Yeah, it is a 42-minute mark, so we're going to be seeing that double rune spawn happening. Regen rune top, but Gohan has sold his bottle, so he won't be able to bottle this up.
Yeah, as long as he can't bottle up a DD rune.
Yeah. So they're probably going to be looking for next Roshan to come up before they try to push in with the Megas, or they could just go in if they want to. But why take the risk?
Yeah.
Knowing that they have the full map control.
Viper does pick up an AC as well, just to really try to become that tanky frontliner. So...
Yeah, at least the good news is that Sniper is pretty good at being able to fight against the Mega Creeps.
Yeah, he currently has a Maelstrom and a Deso, so that'll help him out a bit, but...
Yeah. This is a time where everyone starts picking up Maelstorms on the side of OOOOOO.
Got some jukes on indifferent, playing around, dropping the Golem and canceling. Cookie baiting out Wind, it looks like they're trying to at least. Throws out Nasal Goo on Cookie. Thinking about going on him. But out comes a charge on who? Oh, he canceled it anyway. Out comes the Warlock slow, but they're able to just walk it out. Cookie does get caught in the ice path and takes some dual breath, but Wind, it's hard trying to chase down Cookie with this slow. In comes Gohan on fire. Fire instantly gets popped, and they're down to CM. Now this Dire team looking to go in. Gix charges in, stuns up a few people. Out comes the Macropyre. Assassinate on Indifferent, but he's tanky enough to withstand it. Wind actually has Lotus Orb up, but the Static Drain still goes through. Thula taking a lot of damage here. Ends up going down to Barry's ult. Wind taking a lot of damage. Out comes the Reaper Scythe, and that'll finish him off. Gix will get brought down, possibly. Oh, out comes the Golems committed. and just blows up Zucifer, and GG is called.
Wow, what a good set from both these teams. They showing us some of the unusual characters, getting to see a Necrophos game here, and game one with a CK support from OOOOOO being able to take that game for them.
Yeah, great adjustment by Be Humble, able to kind of regroup, talk things through, adjust their strat, and actually come up with a strat where they weren't even afraid of the CK, and let it
Yeah.
through, and it wasn't even picked up. And
Yeah, they
yeah,
banned the Luna, which was very smart, and it looks like they were so much more comfortable on the heroes. The Storm pickup seemed a little bit iffy for me at the start, but he played it incredibly well against that Viper. Came out of the lane really, really happy and managed to get some good ganks on the off lane because thanks to Cookies, the Bristleback was in no position to be able to defend himself from the Storm Spirit ganks.
yeah. So, such a good game, or such a good series tonight, folks. We thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again soon. Golgi, where can people find you at? You have
If you want to follow me, because I'm going to get to upgrade my computer sometime this week and start streaming, so that it's a GolgiApp on Twitch. And also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I sometimes tweet about streaming and casting. So that's JT GolgiApp.
Alrighty, and if you want to find me, I'm at TJ Sutton11 on Twitter. You can also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TJ Sutton as well. Once again, we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future for another Echo League series. Have a good night, folks.